What's up, everybody? Ryan Turk here to answer your questions from the Talkin' Turk Ask Me Anything. Thank you all for submitting your videos and to get to some answers here. First question is from Alex. What made you choose the Scion FRS as your competition car? I'd like to say that the FRS actually chose me and I didn't really choose it, but no, that would be a lie. What made me choose it is it being a newer brand or newer rear-wheel drive car that was affordable. To be able to build into a drift car, and the development on it, knowing that it was going to be something that would be maybe not competitive right off the bat, but once you learn it, it could be something that does really well in Formula D and is not a 20-year-old chassis. So those were the reasons why I chose the Scion FRS. Next question from Luke. How'd you get started in drifting? Did you ever have an idea of how big it would get? What do you think is the most challenging and most rewarding part of being a professional drift driver? I got into drifting after motocross. It was something that I got a ride in a car one time, and it was doing donuts and just driving recklessly and being crazy. This is when I was a teenager, mind you, and I was just fell in love instantly. It was like something that me and my brother wanted to do right off the bat. So we pulled our money together, bought a Ford Mustang, a 1990 LX 5.0, and that whole summer, we didn't know what drifting was, we just knew we wanted to drive like a bunch of idiots. So we would go find, empty places to go drive. This is back in 2002, so there's really nowhere to go that was, a track or really anywhere that was sanctioned. So we would just screw around, practice car control and that thing. Found out that drifting was an actual sport, and it had just come over into the U.S., brought by the Japanese with the D1 championship. So I knew what drifting was at that point, sold the Mustang, got a 240, and the rest is history. Just kind of grew with the sport, skills progressed as the sport progressed into a professional series, and that's how I got into drifting. Second part of your question, you ever have any idea how big it would get? Absolutely not. When I first started, I had no idea where it was taking me. I just knew I was along for the ride, and I was committed 1,000%, and I wanted to be competing professionally. So where I started and now where I'm at and where drifting is at is absolutely insane. It's something that I didn't have the forethought when I was a lot younger to even understand how this sport was going to grow the way it did. So hats off to Formula D and all the sponsors involved for making this sport what it is, and all the drivers for being committed and just having fun with it. It's just it's a killer time competing. Next question from Michael. Talkin' Turk. What is the difference between the driving in Formula D compared to the D1 New Zealand Championship? Also love seeing you in New Zealand. Thank you, love seeing you too. It was fun. New Zealand is one of my favorite countries to travel to. Love getting to go back there every chance, every opportunity that I have. I'm hoping to go back this off season as well. The difference really isn't much. I mean, you have a bunch of extremely talented drivers who are just going for it 1,000% and want to be on top of the box, want to win, and they're going to go and try to do that at any means necessary. So the competition is super skilled and super competitive. I'd say the only difference is really maybe the sponsorship money that comes into the team. So I think we're able to build our cars to a little bit higher of a standard with more expensive parts, or being able to hire a crew for like a suspension guy, an engine guy, a setup guy. So it's just those things that are little subtle differences. But as far as the driving is concerned, and the heart and the passion and the competitiveness and the skill level, I don't think there's much of a difference. I think everybody's in it 100% and just goes for it and puts on a phenomenal show. Next question from Matthew Karen 18. Hashtag Talkin' Turk. What are you looking forward to the most coming to Canada for the FD rounds? I'm looking forward to just seeing all the old fans that they used to cheer me on here. It's Autodrome in Saint Eustache. It's where I basically got my start drifting as a professional and doing tandem competition rounds. Back in 2005 and 2006, I was the DMCC champion, and that's where I guess I figured out I wanted to compete in a major level. That was like my stepping stone into Formula D. And then 2006 was my first full season in Formula Drift, so I'm stoked to go back. The track is awesome. The fans are going to be phenomenal. It's going to be super loud. They're going to rival some of the best events that we have in the U.S., like Atlanta, Seattle, Irwindale. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Hats off, screaming and yelling, cheering everybody on. It's going to be a good show.